Hey everyone, friends and family and strangers. Hopefully friendly strangers. Um, I want to bear my testimony about a plant that's grown on God's green earth. It's called medical marijuana or pot or weed. All the names for it don't give it justice because it's life-saving. If you don't believe me, stop this YouTube video right now and look up some of the sick kids that they treat with medical marijuana. And they're not giving them all THC and getting them all doped up. Don't worry. They have CBD. If you don't know what that is, look it up. CBD. And they have like nasal sprays. And when these kids are having a seizure, they'll come over and start spraying 2 or 3 pumps in each nose. It can start counting right then. 20 seconds later, they'll stop seizing. And a couple hours later, they'll be coherent enough to look around and to speak a little. And you know, when you administer anti-seizure meds to a kid that has bad seizure problems, it doesn't always work. Okay, it doesn't always work when you give them Valium and Xanax and all that. Whatever, phenobarbital, I don't know. All those narcotics. And if it does work, they're in a zombie-like state. They're in a zombie-like state for 12 to 16 hours after that because of the narcotics. So your kid is just a zombie doped up after that, you know? So anyway, you can't deny the truth. If you are, you're a hypocrite. I won't sit here and say the Mormon church isn't true. I don't know if it is or not. But I don't go around telling you to stop practicing your beliefs because of what I think and my prayers. I prayed about medical marijuana for myself. It's good for me, for what I needed to do. And, you know, it helps me stay away from alcohol. It treats my back pain, my neck pain. It helps me with my knees. It helps me stop throwing up. I have bad stomach. I have a hiatal hernia. I have GERD. So, you know, I throw up a lot. But it helps me deal with that. And if you're a doctor out there and you're watching this, and if I smoke pot, I could drink a Monster Energy drink. I could drink a Red Bull or whatever you got. It doesn't matter. If I don't smoke any pot, I'll just throw it right back up. So anyway, that's kind of a rant. Let's get to smoking. God bless you. May one day you figure out that this is good for you if you haven't already. Hold on. I'm in my garage. It's a cement floor. That's why the cherry can fall on the floor, and I can just watch it, make sure it goes out. You know, there's nothing around me. So, yeah, Big Pharma will try and stop medical marijuana too. They did in Arizona, and they got the Mormons on board. Freaking dope heads. Why'd you listen to Big Pharma? Don't you read the word of wisdom? Doesn't it say in there there's herbs? What do you think marijuana is? They call it a weed. It's not accurate. It's not a weed. It's an herb. Aren't you wondering why it's on all continents except Antarctica? It might even be on Antarctica for all I know. It's everywhere in the earth. It's for a man to use. We gotta stop locking people up in jail over it too. It's so stupid. Oh, you smoke pot, you're going to jail. I'm going to make you a slave in my factory. You're going to make license plates for 20 years. That's slavery. You gotta be careful of that smoke getting in this eye. So yeah, why don't you do some real praying and ask God if medical marijuana is good for people, not just for you. You might have prayed about if it was good for you, but you didn't pray about if it was good for your people. You didn't pray it right. You probably, you gotta be careful because people make fun of my smoking pot, but those same people, if you check their phone, you'll see they look at all sorts of dirty pornography. I think before I let anybody give me a blessing, I'm going to check their phone for pornography because it's so rampant in the Mormon church and none of them want to go for help. It's a big problem asking for help in the Mormon church. The members gossip. They're haters. Most of them. They're so conservative that if you have a problem with any word of wisdom issue, you're automatically scum. But I'm going to keep smoking my pot regardless of what the Mormon church says because I know it's good for me. There I decided, let it be written in stone. Let it be recorded in heaven and earth that marijuana is good for Scott Judd Fuller, and I'll keep using it. Now, I don't have to smoke. You could have a problem with the smoking, and I can understand. But what about tinctures? What about edibles? What about THC syrup? Not like you put on your waffles. I'm talking about like soda syrup that you mix with water or soda or juice or any of that. You can just drink it and get your medicine. Or transdermal patches. Or crappy vaping inhalers. This is medical marijuana right here. It costs $100, a stupid thing. And before you start thinking bad about medical marijuana for the price, think about how many pharmaceuticals you're on. Think about if you didn't have insurance, how much that would cost you. And think about if you had to justify that to people. Oops. Alright, this is the last of my weed. I got crumble, I got cartridges, I got CBD. I'll show you CBD. If you got a problem with smoking, what about sprays? What about dabbing? What about this? Is this bad? No cough. Alright. This isn't bad, is it? You feel it loosening you up down here. That's where my pain is. Just feel all these muscles loosening up. Can you believe that? That quick? How long does your Tylenol take that you take every day? Do you know people die of Tylenol every day? Did you know that? How many people die from medical marijuana? 0. 0 overdoses. Yes, there's been some crazy guys that drove on it. Women who drove on it, men and women, and got hurt. Of course, it's going to happen. But, how many pharmaceutical deaths are there every day? Add them all up. Overdoses, fatalities, drug interactions, abuse, name them. And yet you let your people take that. But you have a problem with medical marijuana. There's something wrong with you. I'll end it on that note.